Hello, fellow diamond painting addicts, and welcome back to Diamond Painting Anonymous. Today I am here to do section 13 of my Advent project. So I'm just going to jump in. Section 13. Again, I am still not over my cold, so I apologize in advance for my voice. I have been eating cough drops nonstop and trying to do everything that I can to keep my voice going, and I don't know how well that's going to work, so we'll see. Hopefully I've zoomed in enough here that you can kind of see what's going on, and I'm just going to jump in. This may be a shorter whip and chat. I'm going to try and work a little bit quicker because I don't know how long my voice is going to hold out. I was hoping I would feel better today. I slept quite a bit yesterday, but still not feeling great and trying to save my energy for all of the rest of the things that I have to do today. So super duper happy that I only have one day of work this week because I don't know if my voice would last if I had more than that. And I hopefully will not have to do a whole lot of talking. So we'll see. I think some of you have started to figure out what this picture is of. Oh, there's some D's over there I almost missed. And there's one. So I know yesterday and probably today's video may have some jump cuts kind of in it, and I apologize for that. Like I said, I've been eating cough drops nonstop and, trying to keep my throat from becoming an issue, but there's only so much I can do. So I apologize for that. But I didn't want to not film a video. I mean, I feel, well, my throat is rough and I'm tired. Other than that, it's not terrible. So I'm trying to tough it through so that I have each section going up. For those of you who have been following it, thank you so much. I appreciate it. And yeah, it's just been kind of a quiet day for me. My youngest is also under the weather, so whatever this is definitely making the rounds through my house. And it is not fun. I don't get sick a lot. I mean, I can count. I've had strep twice, I think. And other than that, I may get a cold here or there. And so really, other than this issue that I've had recently with my knee, I have not had, a lot of medical issues. I just am generally, thankfully, a pretty healthy person. So I don't have a lot of medical issues, which I'm thankful for. But that probably makes me not a very good patient when I do have them because I'm not used to it. And so it's just that much more annoying. Okay, so I do L's. This is a very confetti heavy section. I have lots of colors in here, but not very many of each color. So hopefully I'm paying enough attention that I'm not going to miss a whole bunch of them. F's, and also trying to keep myself on track of which one I'm doing. I think I'm definitely decided that I am going to be doing another wax test. I did one a while ago, And I've had a lot of comments on it recently. I don't know if people just rediscovered it or what, but I've had several people, like I just had someone comment that they get days of use out of one dip of wax. And the only thing I can think for that is that they must be a very, very light placer. I know there are people, for instance, that use the pretty placers to, basically as their diamond painting pens. So like instead of me using this pen, they would be using a pretty placer. I am too hard of a placer for that. I press too hard. And some of that is just innate. I mean, I grip my pen tightly even when I'm writing with a pen or a pencil. So, and there's an F that I missed. So, I think some of that is just innate in that, that's how I write with a pen or a pencil. And so that translates over into how I hold my diamond painting pen. I can, place more lightly. I do use the pretty placer when I'm doing special drills and whatnot. But for me, I use my pen to slide things around. Maybe that's part of the issue too. Maybe, whoever is doing that is very good at placing their drills exactly. But I find myself kind of sliding them around with my pen, and I can't do that with a pretty placer. If I do, I immediately ruin the tip of it. And then I have to go sharpen it and everything. Because once it gets so flat, then you can't get in between drills to place the drills. Like I wouldn't be able to put one right there unless my pretty placer, was sharpened enough that I had room to get in between there. And so I wonder sometimes if that's part of the issue. And I just moved that, so sorry. Caught it with the edge of my fingernail. So, but I can't imagine getting days of use out of a wax dip. That seems kind of crazy to me. But I mean, if you're one of those people, kudos to you. It certainly makes things cheaper. And I just missed that one I just did. So clearly I'm going to be touching some of these more than once because I'm missing, and there's an H that I missed. Gosh darn it. My eyes are just not on the ball today, are they? So when you diamond paint, do you just kind of skip around to colors in the section that you like? Do you start, with the numbers? Like, do you start with number 1 on your canvas, the symbol for number 1, and then go down to number 2 or whatever? I vary. Sometimes if it's a very heavy, confetti heavy section, I will do that, like start at number 1 and then go to number 2, et cetera, until I've worked my way all the way through. I don't always do it, but sometimes I do. Sometimes I just pick the color that there is the most of, and I do that first. Sometimes I pick there's the color that seems to have the least of, and I will do that one first. So I don't think I have a way in particular that I start. I also don't think I have a way in particular that I go through the canvas. I know there are lots of people who, that always start at the bottom right or always start at the bottom left, or other people who start at the top. I don't think I have a set way of doing that either. I think for the most part, I generally start from the bottom. I know there are people who don't like to lay their arms on their drills after they've drilled a section. That part doesn't bother me. I don't lay my hand down hard enough that I think it matters. I am right-handed, but I typically go from right to left when I am diamond painting. But I also sometimes do mine like a typewriter. For instance, the painting that I'm working on right now, the bigger one, I went right to left, and now I'm going left to right on the section above, the row above that. So I think mine is much more freeform about how I do it. I don't have a set way. I just kind of do whatever feels right in the moment. And sometimes it might be because, I don't want to do the section that would normally come up next, and I want to go work in a different area first. But I think that's why I like watching people diamond paint, because I watch what other people do, and it's like, oh, huh. And, sometimes there's a method to their madness. Like they don't want to put their hand on drills that they've already done. That doesn't bother me, like I said. So I think everybody just kind of has their own individual way of doing things. Just like personally for me, I don't really seal a lot of diamond paintings. If I like it enough that I'm going to frame it, I'm not going to seal it because it's going to be trapped within the frame, and that's good enough for me. There have been some smaller things that I have sealed, but usually because they were non-diamond painting canvases, or they were like off the canvas items. So like, the glasses case that I did, or the jewelry box, things like that are going to see use. My little passport holder that I use to hold things, those I sealed because they're going to get a lot of handling, and I didn't want, drills falling off. But I don't do that with everything. So I saw somebody had a sealing video today, and they were talking about which sealers they like the best. I have a craft sealer that I bought off of Amazon, of course. I don't even know if you can get it anymore. I think I went out at one point and tried to buy some more of it. And it's actually, I think, a UK product. And I couldn't find it when I went to go look for it again. I'll have a look and see if I can find a link for it on Amazon. If I can, I'll post the link. But it's called Crystal Art Sealer, I believe, is the name of it. And it really works. I mean, it's specifically made for sealing crystal art, and it works really well. And you don't need very much of it. I mean, the jar that I have will last me for quite some time. Now, if I was going to seal a very big painting, it probably wouldn't last. But like my Diana that I did not seal Diana. I knew that she was going to be in a frame. And so I did not bother trying to seal that. Also, that painting is so large, it probably would have taken my entire jar of sealant. I've also used Mod Podge. I just watered it down and used it, and I have to say it worked just as well. But, some people think it dulls the shine. The Crystal Art Sealer, it says that after you use it, you should, put on a coat and then wipe your drills with a baby wipe to get, the excess kind of film off of the top of the drills, so that the sealant sinks down into kind of the crevices between the drills, but then the tops of the drills are not dulled, basically, by the sealant. And I have done that, and I don't have any complaints about how sparkly my drills are afterwards. I missed some bees right there, didn't I? So for me, I did the same thing when I used the Mod Podge, and I think it turned out fine as well. So, okay, I'm going to do the M's just to kind of get them all out of the way. I feel like I should do the M's just because then that's going to kind of point out some of these other ones that I have missed as I was going through here. Also, I'm still, curious how many people don't like using glue dots because of the popping sound that it makes. Again, for me, that's part of the appeal of it. Like, that's a sign to me that it's stuck, the drill is stuck well to the canvas, because I have to pull you know, that glue dot off of the drill. So I know when I use my Pretty Placer on special drill projects that I always kind of have to press everything down with my fingers after I place it, because I feel like because I'm placing so lightly, I'm afraid it's not actually stuck to the canvas. And so I will go over it with my finger and kind of press it into place to make sure that, you know, just kind of press it like that to make sure that it's stuck. I mean, I generally go over all of my canvases with a roller anyway, no matter what I'm using as my, you know, in my pens, whether I'm using wax or glue dot or whatever. But yeah, I think it just comes down to personal preference. You know, if you like using the glue dots, I mean the wax, certainly keep using it. I mean, it's free. It comes in all the kits. If you need more, it's extremely cheap to buy more. Not that glue dots are that expensive, but also I think for me, part of it is that the glue dots do not leave any residue. Again, probably because I am a hard placer. When I reload my pen with wax for the first couple of diamonds, you know, I feel like I'm wiping excess residue off of the diamonds because I pushed hard enough that some of it has come out of my pen. With the glue dot, I don't have that issue. So, and I've tried lots of different kinds of waxes. I've, you know, used museum putty. I've used blue tack. I know there are people who swear by blue tack in their multi-placers, but use glue dot in the single tip. I use glue dots in both. I have used blue tack in my multi-placer. But for me, all of the putties are kind of heat sensitive. So, you know, if it's too warm in the room that I'm in, if it's been too warm outside, you know, the ambient atmosphere has an effect on the putties. And so I would sometimes put my blue tack or my museum putty kind of in the fridge for 5 or 10 minutes to get it to stay workable. Because if it gets too warm, it gets gummy and it just sticks everywhere. And, you know, I would press on the canvas and it would kind of splooch out. And then I was trying to get that excess off my canvas. And when it is gummy like that, trying to scrape it off your canvas is nearly impossible. Now, it's sticky. So if you could get it, you know, thin enough, then you could place your diamonds on top of it and you wouldn't really be able to tell once you were finished. But still, it's annoying when you're in the process of diamond painting. So trying to fill in here with whatever I can. Pick the ones that I kind of have the most of because I'm missing too many of the one-offs because apparently my brain is not firing on all cylinders today. I'm going to blame that on my cold and not on my brain. So what are you guys working on? It feels a little bit weird for me. I'm doing this Advent project, but this project is not really a Christmas project per se. A holiday project. I'm watching everyone on Instagram working on, you know, stuff for jingle drills and whatever the DP Christmas elves thing is that people are posting pictures for. I'm assuming it's just another event / contest, but I didn't catch all the particulars. So, but I've seen so many cute paintings that are, you know, Christmas and or winter themed. So I'm assuming that the jingle drills will probably become a yearly event. So I don't know about the DP Christmas elves, but maybe. I'm sure there are lots of events that happen every year that I'm unaware of just because I'm kind of new to all of this. Okay, I think I'm going to do use next because that seems to be the next biggest color. Another leaf in here, obviously. So I was talking to my husband this morning and asking him if my voice sounded okay enough for me to do this. I don't mind it being kind of a lower timbre if I can, continue to talk. It's when it gets squeaky and starts breaking all over the place that I'm like, that may be an issue. So we were talking about it, and he told me, I said, is my voice, too okay? And he said, yeah, it's just a little deeper than normal. And I said, well, how deep? And he's like, well, it's not Suzanne Plachette deep. So if you know who that is, you must be as old as I am. And I said, well, I don't know about Suzanne Plachette. Am I Phoebe Smelly Cat deep? Should I start singing Smelly Cat? Isn't that what she was singing when she kept trying to make herself sick to make her voice lower? That's my memory anyway. It could be wrong. Like I said, I didn't watch a whole lot of Friends. So, did anybody get any of the new canvases that Diamond Art Club released Saturday? Did you pick up any of the Tom and Jerry or the Friends ones? I managed to resist. Although Craftably over the weekend had some more teasers for new kits that will be coming to them. So they're apparently going to be having some new artists, which I am grateful for because, like I said before, I appreciate Jasmine Beckett Griffith's art. I'm not interested in doing any more by her, at least not that I've seen so far. And I'm not interested in the Sheena Pikes that they've had. I know that, her Little Girl series is pretty popular. Those are just not something that I'm interested in. I really wish, I'd like to do something by her. I think I probably will end up doing one of her little dragons, but not for a while anyway. We'll see. I'm going to try really hard to stick to the budget that I'm setting for myself as far as diamond paintings go because, like I said, I have plenty of diamond paintings in my stash to keep me busy for a while. Assuming that I get back to diamond painting after I'm no longer feeling like trash. I really wanted to spend some time diamond painting this weekend, and I really got a whole lot of nothing done because I was just too tired. So, maybe I should have just set my timer and kind of done it like this and done 30 minutes at a time. Then I would have felt like I at least got something accomplished, but it'll still be there when I get back to it. That's what I'm telling myself. So it's not going to go anywhere. Although it would be nice if I had like a little elf who would diamond paint for me while I was sleeping. I say that, but I don't know if that's true. Like I've considered asking, my husband or my kids, hey, do you want to do some of this for me? But then I think I would be too OCD about double checking everything and making sure they didn't mess anything up. And did you put the drills in the right place because you weren't paying attention? And so It's probably just better for my inner control freak if I just do everything myself, even if it takes me longer. I'm not very good at delegating. I never have been. I've always been one of those people who would like it's going to take me longer to explain how to do it than if I just did it. So, and I just missed an E right there. I swear, I'm missing things everywhere today. And get my P's in there. And then I'll do the J's. And then I think I'm down to sections that I have, colors that I have missed that I need to go back in. Oh, and I just put that in the wrong place. That is not an A. It is a P. So let me scoot that over. Whew. Good thing I caught that. I mean, not that in the grand scheme of things you probably would have noticed in the end product, but I think we all probably make mistakes like that. Or is it just me? Sometimes when I make a mistake like that, I'll just be like, you know what? I'm just going to leave it. Who's going to know except me that I have one drill in this whole, however many are on here, out of place. So, okay, let me do J's. And then I think I will be down to just kind of these one-offs that I've missed here and there. I like this color J. I think I've mentioned that before. This might be my favorite color out of this kit. Hopefully I'm talking loud enough that you can hear me over my glue dot. I know my voice is low. I've tried to turn up the volume when I do my editing because I know I'm hard to hear sometimes because my voice is giving out. So I'm almost to the end here, so I think I might make it. And again, I apologize. I mean, if I could control when I got sick, I would choose not to be sick, but unfortunately, my husband's man flu was apparently contagious, which he bounced back faster than I did. He was only sick for about a day, and it has been kicking my rear for longer than that. So, where's my A's? Okay. Now I can do the A's. Just have two of those, right? And then my equal signs. Oh yeah, I gotta go back in and get that little greater than symbol that I missed. Okay, H. I guess I could try just pulling these out of the pots instead of dumping them out since I only need one. There's my E. That's the only one, right? I think that was the only one of those that I missed. And then this pink one. And then F. And then I think the B's are all that I have left, I think. Is that it? Did I get? Nope, I missed a K over there. Good thing I looked again. I would have left it empty, and then you guys would have been yelling at me when you were watching it, going, you missed one, you missed one. Okay, so I just need two here. And then let me double check, but I think that finishes this section. I don't see any other ones that I missed, I don't think. So that looks pretty good. Okay, guys. So there's the end of today's section 13. Let me zoom out here again so you guys can see the whole thing. Oops, that doesn't look like far enough. Okay, so that's the end. Okay, I think you can see all of it there. So there's section 13. There's another leaf in there. And so that's 13. Tomorrow we'll be heading over here. Ooh, so we'll have most of this side done. So that will be exciting once I finish this section. As always, guys, I hope you enjoyed this video. Thank you for sticking with me even through my horrible voice. Before you leave, if you like this video, don't forget to do all the things. Give it a thumbs up, hit that subscribe button if you haven't already, and hit that bell notification icon so that you'll be informed of future uploads. And as always, guys, thanks so much for watching.